Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day. So if you've watched Chapter 11 of The Mandalorian, you were introduced to the red-haired Mandalorian known as Bo-Katan Kryze. If you've watched the Clone Wars and Rebels, you were likely ecstatic to see this character brought to live action by Katie Sackhoff, who voiced both animated versions of her. But if you haven't watched either animated series, then you may be missing the significance of this superb character. The goal of this video is to fill in those gaps so that you can understand the importance of Bo-Katan Kryze in The Mandalorian. Bo-Katan Kryze was a Mandalorian who joined with the Mandalorian terrorist group known as Death Watch. Bo-Katan's sister was Duchess Satine Kryze, who led Mandalore in a pacifist way during the Clone Wars. This was a stark contrast from their warrior traditions. The Mandalorian people had traditionally been warriors, so it was natural that some would break away and resist Satine's rule. Believing that Mandalore should take pride in its warrior heritage, Bo-Katan joined up with Death Watch as a lieutenant to their leader Pre-Vizsla. After Vizsla was exposed as the leader of the terrorist group, Death Watch was exiled from the system of Mandalore. This led to Death Watch crossing paths with Maul and his brother Savage Opress. The two wannabe Sith formulated and executed a plan to overthrow Satine's rule over Mandalore. However, Maul and Vizsla didn't see eye to eye and duel each other for control of the planet. Maul kills Vizsla and claims the Darksaber and rule of Mandalore for himself. However, Bo-Katan refuses to accept that an outsider, especially one like Maul, could ever rule Mandalore, so she and her elite unit of Night Owls form a group of Mandalorian loyalists. They work together to free Satine, who has been imprisoned, and Satine is able to relay a message to Obi-Wan Kenobi. However, because Mandalore has chosen to remain neutral during the Clone Wars, the Republic and Jedi are unable to send help. Only Kenobi comes to their aid. Unfortunately, Kenobi is unable to thwart Maul's plans and Satine is killed. Bo-Katan and the Night Owls are able to get Obi-Wan Kenobi off of Mandalore, where Bo requests that Obi-Wan tell the Republic what is happening on Mandalore. Unfortunately, it would take another year before Republic aid is sent. Bo-Katan's team up with the former Jedi Ahsoka Tano resulted in the 501st Clone Legion being divided and sent to aid the Mandalorian loyalists. And with the help of Ahsoka and the clones, Bo-Katan and the Night Owls are able to retake Mandalore and capture Maul. This victory would be short-lived, however, as the rise of the Empire would complicate things on Mandalore once again. As a freshly appointed regent of Mandalore, it looked like Bo-Katan Kryze had secured a bright future for Mandalore, but she refused to follow the newly appointed ruler of the galaxy, Emperor Palpatine. This resulted in the opposing clan Saxon to take control of Mandalore, and they were far more effective in enforcing the Empire's rule on Mandalore. The Empire's rule of Mandalore would spark more violence. Shortly before the events of Episode 4, another civil war erupted when Clan Wren chose to rise against the Empire. This led Ursa Wren and her daughter Sabine to cross paths with Bo-Katan. Sabine had come into possession of the Darksaber sometime earlier, and she searched for a Mandalorian who would be worthy to wield it and unite the people of Mandalore. Sabine would give the Darksaber to Bo-Katan, who understood the importance of this saber. Now, we don't know too much about what Bo-Katan does from this point until she reappears in Chapter 11 of The Mandalorian. She tells Din Djarin that she fought in the Great Purge, where the Empire killed many Mandalorians, and at some point during this battle, Bo-Katan loses the Darksaber to Moff Gideon. And we find out that Bo-Katan has a plan to retake Mandalore and the Darksaber from Moff Gideon. Now, to me, the introduction of Bo-Katan helps us to see where the Mandalorian might be headed. We'll likely get more specifics of the Great Purge and the fate of the Mandalorian people. My theory is that we'll see Ahsoka Tano teaming up with Bo-Katan once again to take Mandalore. Because of Bo-Katan, we have learned that Din is part of a sect of Mandalorians called Children of the Watch. And Din begins to see that there are other ways to be a Mandalorian. I think it's safe to say that with the introduction of Bo-Katan Kryze, we can assume that Din Djarin's story will intersect with the liberation of Mandalore. Now, who knows what this could mean? Could we see him bringing Ahsoka Tano to aid Bo? Bo-Katan and Ahsoka Tano had teamed up to liberate Mandalore from Maul almost 30 years before. I think it'd be cool if we saw that again. It seems that Bo has been in some sort of contact with Ahsoka over the decades. I'd love to see another team up between the two. But make no mistake, the introduction of Bo-Katan Kryze is important to the future of the Mandalorian in Din Djarin's story. Well, that's it for this video. I hope that it was a helpful refresher or overview of Bo-Katan Kryze. As always, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and may the Force be with you.